Eyes down for the I've only been here 5 minutes and already I'm at it. Good morning folks, it's Monday. And there is the Kent pressure washer, a bleak steam cleaner, which I'm going to drive out now and sweep this corner out. I've got loads of axle sands here, which I'm probably going to move on because I have really no use for axle sands anymore. I want to stand for the Rapido, but I'm going to make that out of a threaded bar so that it's adjustable. These are my original. I've got 4 of these. They're my original 1970s ones, bought from Motor Refinish Supply Company. So there you go. They're good. They're strong, but I mean all these are like old school ones, and they're all good. So I might keep 4. I don't know. But who needs them? Who wants to be working under cars at my age? No. Who wants to be working under cars at any age? Right, onward. Did I say Kent? Well, I meant Frank. Same sort of thing. Only probably even better made. Space. The final frontier. The mighty Frank is out, along with all this other wrangham. I'm just going to sort through all these cloths and make some executive decisions about their value for the future. But the first thing I'm going to do, lol, is find 2 bits of this angle iron, cut them to length, bolt them on and get rid of this pile of blocks, because they've been the bane of my life for a long time. Little job. How many lead lamps does one man need? And the answer is 1. I've built these up over the years. I've collected them, and and I've fixed them up and I've stuck them on the shelf now. I've never used any. Well, I might have used 1 or 2 of them once, but there you go. Right, folks, that job is done. It's now standing on its own, albeit false legs, and now it's cup of tea time. Oh, what a mess I've made. But best to swap stuff I want to keep for stuff I want to get rid of. Right? These 2 are keepers. That could be a seller when it's repaired, but it's a project. This is finished, right? I don't know whether to keep it or not. It's very useful for grinding angles on lathe tools. But for what I want to do, it might be a bit overkill. Because to be honest, given a steel protractor with an arm on it and a thread cutting gauge, I can grind most tools that I want by eye, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I don't know what to do with it. It might go. It's a great thing. The column is hollow and is the coolant reservoir. There's a coolant pump on that side which brings the coolant up to the wheels. The wheels are you can use either side of the wheel. They're both cup wheels. They're both in very good condition. The coolant is fed to the edge of the wheel to wherever you're grinding. So it's really clever stuff. And it's been stripped and rebuilt. Stripped, bearings repacked, and it runs like clockwork. It's lovely. But do I want it? This is the thing. Let's decide later. But now we're creating space, and at the same time we're having a damn good sort out and a tidy up and a clean up. So the next thing to do is get the shape. I think the next thing to do possibly is to have a reorganise in the luton and get some of the stuff that I don't really want in here out of here. Stuff that is on its way out, and then move those two over. I might put the shaper somewhere else. I haven't decided yet. The shaper could go there. If I got rid of that pile of stuff that doesn't need to be there, the shaper could go there quite easily with plenty of room. But I want all that wood out from behind that lathe as well. That was only supposed to be temporary, and it's been there for probably a year now. So all that wood wants to come out from behind that lathe. Massive reorganisation. You can't beat having a good clear out and a good turf out and sell all the stuff you don't want to keep. Right, I'll stop ranting. I'll get on with it. I might put you on the tripod and give you some time lapse. I don't know. Well, that's it for Monday, folks. Because I'm knackered. I've just loaded all the rubbish off the yard and out of here into the truck, and I'm going early to get rid of it all. But we've started. We've made a good clearance. Next is all that stuff off there and some shelves over there, and possibly some shelves over here. And I've discovered that the lathe will actually go in there. It'll actually fit in this space here. When those shelves are gone, it'll fit. So I've got a choice of there or there. That is there. I'm not far enough back, am I? This is the problem with, I'm filming on a little Panasonic camera, very much like a Sony Handycam. It's very good camera, but its field of view is odd. It's nothing like a GoPro, which you could just hold in your hand and wander around, and it got a really good open view of everything. Still not far enough back. Right, let's go further back. Right, now then you're beginning to see. I can move the shaper over, I can move the drill over, and I can get the lathe either in there, along that back wall, or there, when the shelves are gone. So the next thing to do is get some wooden shelves put up somewhere, possibly even up there as well. That's a big bare place, isn't it? I've got another two of these, which it seems a shame to waste because they're solid teak, but they're not going anywhere and they're not being used for anything. And then I've got a huge piece of mahogany over there as well, by the door. So that's going to get put to use. Plus the fact, anything else I can get my hands on. Shelves is the way to go. But shelves is not tomorrow, because tomorrow is outstanding in our field. It's Field Tuesday. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now, folks.
Goes to that one. It's the black one that I'm not sure about. Yes, Michael, you're an idiot. Yes, I know, but I didn't realise that it was a... Oh, never mind, you can have a look anyway. You're the Sparky in the family.
And here we are, folks, in what is colloquially known as the TARDIS. Michael is fitting a new motor to the wonderful oil-fired boiler that's been heating this place for God knows how many years, and before that heated our 20 years? Is it 20 years?
12 years I've been here.
12 years you've been here, right.
Yeah.
12 years, and before that it was heating our old house, which was the shop in Langtoft. And I'm just overseeing and going to check the wiring, although I don't know how I'm going to check it because I never saw it in the first place. But here we go. It's Tuesday, as you might have guessed, and this is early on before I go up to Keith at 10:30. So, as you can guess by my early starts, I'm feeling a lot better. Now I could have said he was disabling a bomb, but
It's the red wire.
Don't cut the red wire. There you go.
Right.
Back in a minute.
Take it away. Thanks.
Job done. Boiler running. Old motor. Seized, but not completely seized, because as is typical with these things, it's got sealed for life bearings in it, which means how much did it cost?
£130.
130 quid. £130 motor is brought to a halt by manufacturers that don't put enough grease in their sealed for life bearings. There you go, folks. Italian engineering. Let's leave. Morning, folks. Tuesday just arrived up at Case. I don't know what to think about that. I hope it doesn't rain. I hope that's going the other way, but I don't know which way it's going till I have a look. Right, coffee time. My daughters love this tree. It's the moss. So here we are, to the area where the fencing begins. And the fencing begins there, but that's just a little piece. So what we're going to do is start here at the other side of the tree. Here we are, wandering through the Dingley Dell. We're going to start there, get a post in, and go along. We're going to obviously have to curve somewhere to get round trees, but we've been looking at this tree here, and we're pretty sure that this poor old hawthorn is dead. We're pretty sure it's grown its last leaf, and the only thing it's going to grow now is that. I think it seems fairly firmly rooted. Let's not prejudge it. We're going to chop some of those limbs off because they look like they're in dire danger of falling into the road, and then we're going to just leave it cut down and see if it grows again. But them limbs down there look like they're dead. Anyway, this is where the fence is going, so we're going to marshal our resources, get our timber up here and start. I'm looking at this, I'm not believing what I'm seeing. We've just moved the second post over towards the road, and now I'm thinking we ought to move the first post as well and come down here in a straight line. He might be right. We've had an altercation. We've discussed all the pros and cons. I don't want to go too far down the bank because we're trying to dig holes on a 45-degree slope, which means the lower side has got no strength in it. We're hammering bricks in, and to be fair, that we knock the posts in a fair way. It's very soft. The ground's very soft, and we knock the posts in, and they are holding well. But I think I'll move the first post now. Let's do it. It doesn't take any time. Once you get a good start, we'll crack on. But now it's coffee time.
Yes, I have.
Well, there we are, folks.
The bags that were in the
Just
house
gone 3
into the
o'clock.
dustbins, and I'll
We've
put
got
them
2 runs up. Now what I'm going to do is take a fence post down to the workshop, see if I can set my saw bench up to put points on them, and then outside I've got a nice piece of big tube that'll make a lovely post hole knocker. And because this soil is so soft, I think if we put proper points on the post, we can knock them straight in and save ourselves a load of trouble. But that's for next Tuesday. However, we've still got time to maybe get another couple of posts in. Let's crack on.
How do I stop it taking selfies for it?
I don't know. I'm no good with cameras. Ask any of my YouTube followers, they'll tell you I'm no good with cameras. Right, folks, 5 o'clock, and we've put another span in. So that's 36 foot, 3 12s. They're 12-foot rails. So we've got 36 foot of fencing. It should take us another 2 Tuesdays to get virtually to the bottom. But of course we have a lot of rubbish and brash and all sorts of crap to clear. We've got some trees that need dead bits lopping off them. We've got a dead tree here that needs virtually all of it lopping off. But what we're going to do is cut it down to about 3 or 4 foot high and leave it and see if it comes back to life. It may do. It's a hawthorn, they're jolly tough as old boots, but it looks dead to me, I'm afraid. It looks dead, but you never know. You never know. So we'll probably cut that down next week, because what's going to happen is those rotten limbs are going to fall into the road and we don't want that to happen. So we'll crack on with that next week. Unless Keith's going to tie himself to a fence post and abseil down and do it.
I need somebody in the road.
Old concrete posts. We've come across 3 so far. The old fence. The old stock fence. Right, well, it's not rained apart from a few drops. It's a beautiful evening. And I'm knackered. So I'll see you all tomorrow back at the workshop for some more tidying up. Bye now. Good morning, folks. The sun's got under the morning fog or mist or whatever you want to call it, and it's lifted. Putting a roof on next door and it's looking alright. What are we doing in here? Well, you saw how far we got on Monday. We've got this area cleared. I probably need to shimmy the shaper to there, shimmy that over, and then we'll see. But first thing I'm going to do, I think, well I know, is I'm going to clear the bench down. Clear the bench down, what a job. And then get all that stuff off that shelf onto the bench, sort it out, and then I can get that wood out from behind there, which is a sort of a job to do without getting without moving this hugely overloaded shelf unit. So that's what we're going to do next. And then on the cards we have set up a little rig on the chop saw to point fence posts, so that next Tuesday we can set it up on Keith's rather larger chop saw and point posts on there. And according to good old YouTube, you set about 12 degrees. What's that set to? Can't see. You set about 12 degrees, you put a block across there, and then you do 4 cuts, and that's post pointed. Then I'm going to make, using something I came across only the other day, using this piece of heavy tube with the top welded in, cut off by about there I would thought, a post hole rammer with a handle on either side and a top welded on, so we can bang the pointed posts in rather than have to struggle, bloody struggle, digging holes and then banging bricks in to make them tight. We'll just bang them straight in. That's an old fence post, I think. Old gate post, should I say, or something of the sort. Certainly galvanised. It's been galvanised on the inside. It's been galvanised on the outside. I would have thought it's just rusted away. Yep, there we are. Look, galvo there as well. Right, let's be on. Let's be on. Well, there it is, folks. Empty. But there's the bench full again. Right, let's get all this wood out from behind there, because I have a feeling that behind there will be some bits I can use for shelving at the other side of the workshop. And it nudges me forward to another job, which is to put all these covers on the wiring, because that would get those cut up and used up. let's crack on with it. Oh, I'm knackered. Right folks, well, you forget how much stuff you stash. Right, I've cleared that out, that's good. Right, I've sorted that out under there, that's good. That's all different thicknesses and types of perspex. That's going to have to be stored somewhere. I've saved this here because this is potential shelf making stuff, but I've also got loads more like this, more potential shelf making stuff. I've put the rest in the cleared out luton, in the luton back. That's stashed there, so that's where it should have been in the first place. It should never have been in the workshop. I've also sorted this wood out here, got loads of shelving wood here, including that colossal lump of mahogany, but it seems a shame to use that for a shelf. But you see, we can use that and just put a liner over it, and then there's a piece of worktop there. There's all sorts, but I'm absolutely exhausted. I think I overdid it yesterday. I maybe haven't fully recovered yet. So it's 4 o'clock and I'm going home. So I'll see you all tomorrow after I've been to the osteopath. Bye now. Hello folks. Thursday afternoon. 3:11. Nothing is achieved. The black dog is on me, and when the black dog is on me I only know how to do one thing, and it usually works, and that's tidy up. So I've started to clear space, to create space. Let's hope I can then summon up the will. I found wood, I found melamine, I've got loads more melamine downstairs in the form of unused shelves still packed that I can use. But it's where to do it. I could put shelves up there on that huge piece of wall, I could put shelves up there over that one, that would be good. But that's where the lathe's going, so they're behind the lathe. I'm thinking about perhaps a little roller metal store, some metal shelves on casters that will roll behind there that will take all this metal, right? But that's another thing. Again, here we have a huge empty space under there that could be used for storage, but it would mean having something to roll out and pull out there, so I'm unsure about that. I was going to shelve this area, but then you see this area over here and you think, well, can we put shelves up there? Possibly. I could put shelves up anyway if I only had the impetus to get started, but at the moment I'm just in a bit of a black one. You see here, I don't like this here, this, like I've said this 3 times, because it gets splashed with water and things like these go rusty, and I don't like that. So that's got to change. Down there is a beautiful, I think it's a smart and brown dividing head, which really wants selling because it's too big for my milling machine. But it would fit nicely with an old, bigger antique machine, so I might advertise that. I've also got this, what would you call that? It's a vice, and it's, is it a two-way? Or is it just a one-way? There's a hand wheel on that end. I think there's a hand wheel on the other end as well. I think it works. I think it's a double sliding vice. I'm not sure. It was John's. He was going to use it for milling, but never did. There you go. Right, under there is my beautifully restored valve grinding machine, which again really wants selling because I have no use for it whatsoever. Right, I'm going to carry on tidying up and see if my mood improves, and if not I'm going to go home. God, what a defeatist. big and clean. Having got over yesterday's depression after I went home and my wife slapped me around the face, we came back and discovered in the nether regions these two wonderful shelves, which are the starting point of something brilliant. Because I've just gone and raked among my casters and found 8 casters that I can put on the bottom of those that will turn them into rolling shelves. So we'll have a go at that and I'll bring you back, and then of course shelf over the top, maybe even shelves down that side, because I can reach into them as well without offending the splash guard. Let's crack on. I feel a bit better today, you might be able to tell. Going with static shelves, people, because the casters didn't work. They make it really unstable and there's going to be weight on it, so I'm going to go with static shelves. There we go. 2 o'clock, folks, and something sensible is beginning to take shape, I think. Let's wait and see. Well, there you go, folks. It's 2 hours past the freckle on the watch, so it's time to go home. So, I think I've made something of it. I'm not quite sure what. It might want another shelf at the bottom, it might not. That might just be a little alcove for putting things like chucks in straight on the floor. But we seem to have about got there. We seem to have about got some shelves. Of course, we can still put some more over there, we can still put some more over there, we can still put some more over there and over there, and that's what I'm going to do. But next week, because this week I've had enough. I'm going home because I live there. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, because it stops me going insane, just about. And I'll see you all next week. Bye now.